Welcome once again to the second part of electrophilic addition to alkenes. In the previous episode, we had done the addition of polar addendum like HX, water, HOX, sulfuric acid, where a free carbocation is formed as the intermediate. I have kept halogenation for this separate video because halogenation takes place in a different style. The style is altogether different, as we shall discuss. Now, the only halogenation that we will be focusing on is chlorination and bromination. Chlorination, just read with me, chlorination and bromination react with bromine and chlorine react with alkenes to form vicinal dichloride and dibromide in presence of non-nucleophilic solvents like carbon tetrachloride, methylene chloride or dichloromethane, like that. Fluorination is dangerously explosive and iodination is extremely slow. So we forget about making dichloride and diiodide by addition method. Now this is the scheme where halogen, chlorine or bromine in presence of non-polar or weakly polar but non-nucleophilic, should not be water, it should not be alcohol, reacts onto the pi bond on the two sides of the pi bond breaks and you get two halogen atoms bonded to the adjacent carbon atoms. So that is called a vicinal disubstituted compound. If the substituents are on adjacent carbon, vicinal. If it is the same carbon, geminal, gem. This is vis. Now interestingly, here the mode of addition is a trans or anti. The two halogen atoms add on the opposite faces of the C double bond C. So that is the uniqueness in halogenation, which was absent in the previous case where we were using polar addendum, right? And this is no doubt electrophilic addition, ADE2, but usually and in most cases, majority 99% of the cases, no carbocation is formed in this case. Then what is the intermediate? Instead, a very exotic three-membered cyclic halonium ion, which we can call it breached halonium ion intermediate is formed. Don't worry at all, I will show you. The alkene, which is a nucleophile having a pi bond, induces polarity in the XX sigma bond and abstracts a halonium ion, X plus ion, from the halogen due to the heterolytic cleavage of the XX bond in the first step, which is rate determining, to form this exotic breached halonium ion intermediate. I am showing you now. Now see, this is the alkene and this is a nucleophile which will induce polarity in this bond. This is a non-polar molecule, but this nucleophile will induce polarity. The electron density will be biased onto one side to develop plus delta minus delta, and ultimately it will capture Br plus and expel out Br minus. So this Br plus bonds to both the carbon atoms. That's the beauty. Both the carbon atoms to form a three-membered cyclic bromonium ion or chloronium ion intermediate, where you find these are the two bonds, covalent bonds, sigma bonds, and bromine has only two lone pairs with a positive charge. because that lone pair has been used to form a bond, and this pi bond, the two electrons are used to form this bond, and the positive charge which was already there still exists in the bromine atom. This is one resonance contribution, but I'll show you the other resonance contribution to this intermediate. Now let us come back to our reading. In the second step, this intermediate, that is the bridged halonium ion intermediate, is attacked by the nucleophile, because the nucleophile has been expelled out. This one, the same, this bromine or chlorine provides the electrophile Br plus or Cl plus in the first step, and Br minus as the nucleophile to attack in the second step. So in the second step, the intermediate is attacked by the nucleophile X minus from opposite side of the bridged halonium ion. As one side is blocked by the halonium group, it is blocked. So the Br minus cannot approach from this side, rather because it is sterically hindered, it will attack on the opposite side, which is free. The bridged halogen opens up onto the carbon atom and breaks the cyclic structure. Once it attacks from the other side to one of the carbon atoms, the bridge breaks down, and the bridged halogen opens up on the opposite side so as to bond with the other carbon atom. That halogen which was forming the bridge now joins with the other carbon atom with respect to the nucleophile joining on the first carbon atom, right? Thus, the net result is anti-addition of halogen atoms. I show you now here. First step, I have already told, a bromonium ion intermediate is formed, and this bromide ion, if it attacks to this carbon from the opposite side, because this side is blocked, sterically hindered side, if it attacks on this side from below, then this bond breaks, not this bond. I have shown the two possibilities in one single structure, but you consider two such structures. In one, this takes place, so that this bromine now becomes upwards and this bromine downwards, right? And the other possibility is the bromide can attack to the other carbon, and consequently this bond will break, not this bond, so that this bromine is below and this bromine is above. So there are two possibilities, maybe equal possibilities if it is a symmetrical alkene, or else there will be unequal possibilities that we shall discuss later. So what happens, due to this, stereospecificity in the reaction is observed. For example, supposing we take the cis compound, cis butene, you get DL, or if you take trans, you get meso compound. We shall be talking about it in details later. Hold on. Nothing to worry now, right? So that's what I was saying. The nucleophile X minus attacks to each of the carbon atoms of the bridged ion with equal probabilities for a symmetrical alkene like cis and trans butene, or malic acid and fumaric acid. We'll discuss to form pure stereoisomeric products to be discussed later. Hold on. Just see what is going to happen. And yes, usually the rate, in a simplified manner, we can write rate is equal to K into the alkene concentration and multiplied by the halogen concentration. So it is a second order reaction. Overall, the order is second. Now let me show you the three resonance contribution. One is this, which we have shown, and the other one is this, breaking of this bond so that this positive charge is neutralized and positive charge comes here. The other one, breaking of this bond, positive charge comes here. So these are the three resonance contributions, and hence the actual hybrid structure you find carbon of the two. I mean, both the carbon atoms of the erstwhile double bond acquires partial positive charge, fractional positive charge, so also bromine. Therefore, these two carbon atoms are now electrophilic centers to attract, to invite nucleophiles. Now, because this is a secondary carbocation, more stable than this is primary. So, this positive charge magnitude will be more. So, the in unsymmetrical alkene like this, the middle carbon, the secondary carbon, has the maximum chance of inviting the nucleophile, and in that case the reaction become regio selective. If it is not halogenation, if it is something else, if only halogenation, bromine bromine, chlorine chlorine, then no harm. If one bromide ion attacks here, this bromine will be standing up. If the bromide ion attacks here, this will stand up. So there is no regioselectivity, regiospecificity for halogenation. But if it is something else which we shall discuss, then there will be a problem. Because nucleophile will have a greater possibility to attack this. Of course, if it is simply bromide ion, then also it will have a greater possibility of attacking here. But ultimately it will be a dibromide, and I shall show you that there will be only one chiral center here in this type of molecule, and you always get a DL mixture, because this is one bromonium, bridge bromonium ion, and its mirror image will also be formed in the other side. So you will always get a racemic mixture, right? But ultimately the dibromide will be formed. Maybe the bromide ion will attack to this carbon to a greater extent, but ultimately what will be the product? Product will be the dibromide. So selectivity or specificity has no role to play in formation of dibromide or dichloride, but we'll see why I am saying this. For symmetrical alkenes, the two carbon atoms have identical electrophilicity, for example butene. So the nucleophile attacks them with equal probabilities, but for unsymmetrical alkenes, the more hindered carbon, this one, becomes more electrophilic, as the corresponding 2 degree, here it is 2 degree, and if there is another substitution it will be 3 degree, still more stable and contributing. The 2 degree or 3 degree carbocations have greater resonance contribution to the bridged ion. Stereospecificity now we shall discuss in symmetrical alkenes first, then on symmetrical. I tell you that if you are a class 11 student, it will be really challenging, and you have no prior knowledge of stereoisomerism, then obviously you will miss out many things. But don't worry at all. If you are a class 12 student, yes, with your experience you can understand. If you have already studied stereoisomerism, then you can understand 100%. If not, there will be a room for revision of stereoisomerism, and then you can watch this video again. And I'm going to tell you something very advanced. Because the addition mechanism of the halogenation is trans. This bromine coming from the upper side, this face, and the other bromine coming from the opposite face. So this is anti or trans addition. So there are two possibilities. This, right? This. So that happens through the bridged halonium ion intermediate. If one bromide, the bromide ion will join to this carbon, then the bromine opens up and stands up in the adjacent carbon. And if the bromine attacks from the other carbon from below, then this bond breaks and it stands to the other side. So the trick is, there are two possibilities. This, and this. So in your examination, you are not supposed to always form the bridge structure and do the two possible attack from below. It's not possible. So you just use the trick. I'll show you. Don't worry at all. Now, for simple alkenes like ethylene or monosubstituted ethylene like propene or butanene, pentwanene, the trans addition of halogen is non-stereospecific. It doesn't have any meaning. Addition with ethene does not produce any stereoisomers. There is no chiral center here. With propane, only one chiral propene or one butene, there is only one chiral center. That always gives a racemic mixture, because the bromonium ion intermediate will have also a mirror image stereoisomer. So in that case, the breaking of that bromonium ion intermediate or chloronium ion intermediate will produce the two different configuration, R and S or D and L mixture, right? But for disubstituted symmetrical alkenes like butene or hexthrene, all symmetrical in structure, in respect of structure and in respect of number of hydrogen atoms. Stereospecificity is observed. Cis or Z, same thing. Z butene, but nowadays cis and trans, these terms have been redundant, outdated. Only for simple compounds having identical groups, you can use cis and trans. So Z butene gives a DL pair or a racemic mixture, while the trans butene or E butene gives meso product. So this is called stereospecific reaction. A particular stereoisomeric reactant, Z or E, gives a particular stereoisomeric product, meso or DL pair. DL pair is a pure product, 50% D and 50% L of a particular diastereoisomer. That is a pure product. You can't tell it is, since it is a mixture, it is impure. No. DL mixture is a pure product and meso is another pure. These are diastereoisomers. So this type of reaction is called stereospecific. Now see butene. If it is E trans and the addition mechanism is trans, have a look. The two groups are trans and the halogen atom will come trans. Now see the halogen atom. This is one possibility. And the other possibility is this. Other possibility. But fortunately, since this bromine, it trans, methyl trans, hydrogen trans, so it is nothing but a meso product. You can rotate it 180 degree, and you can visualize a plane of symmetry. And of course, if you are little more familiar with optical isomerism, you can say there is a center of inversion or center of symmetry that makes it meso optically inactive. This one, meso product. I have shown it in eclipsed conformation, bromine, bromine, same side, methyl, methyl, same side, HS, same side. But actually here, methyl, methyl, opposite, hydrogen, hydrogen, opposite, bromine, bromine will be opposite. So there will be two. I could have written two forms, but they are superimposable. The mirror image of mesoform, as you know, is one and the same. So there is only one mesoform for such a molecule having two identical type of chiral centers. But see what happens in cis. This is one possibility. And the other possibility is this. And both are non-superimposable, my dear. They are mirror images of each other. I will show you in a better way just below a few scroll. So in this case, obviously, since these two in trans case, they were already anti-trans, and this is coming trans. So trans, trans, trans means eclipse, eclipse, eclipse. So plane of symmetry is there. But here, methyl, methyl, same side, hydrogen, hydrogen, same side, but bromine, bromine, opposite side. So however rotation you may make, you can't get any conformation where you visualize a plane of symmetry. It's not. So that is a active form, and in fact these two types of things I told you, the bridged bromonium ion that will be opened in two possible ways, bromide ion attacking here, the other bromine standing up in this position, and the bromide ion attacking to the other carbon, the other bromine standing up in the other position. So there are two possibilities. So you get, these are nothing but they are mirror images, enantiomers. So you get a DL mixture of 2,3 dibromobutane. Here you get meso 2,3 dibromobutane. I will show you in a more elegant picture here. See, this is cis-butene. Trans. E means trans. Now, bromine, bromine, there are two possibilities. In one molecule, bromine, bromine is coming here, and equal possibilities, because the equal number of hydrogen atoms are there in the resonance hybrid, resonance contributions. This is also a secondary carbocation, this is a secondary carbocation. I am not talking of a real carbocation, I am talking of the resonance contribution. So there is equal possibility. So this bromine, bromine will lead to this, and in these two bonds will be just changes angle. They remain on the same side. Hydrogen and methyl will remain on the same side, left and right respectively. So also methyl hydrogen. But you have to, since it is sp2 here, this is sp3 here, bond angle will change. So the look will be different. Here it was protruding downwards, here it will be protruding upwards, because bromine is joining here, and this bromine is joining at the top, so this will be protruding downwards. So you have to change this just to look better, otherwise it will be looking ugly, right? So, and you can try with the other possibility where bromine joining here and here. So this is the trick to get the products. Not always you will form the bromonium, bridged bromonium ion, and then do. It's little more time consuming. So the trick is you add the two bromine atoms in two ways. This, 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 this. And in this case they are one and the same. There is no second meso product in this compound. So the two, if you just rotate, you will find they are not mirror images, they are superimposable. If you have a little knowledge of stereoisomerism, if you don't have, please don't hesitate to watch our stereoisomerism series of lectures from beginning to the end, right? And now similarly Z, since these are the groups were already in trans, the approaching groups are also trans. So trans is meso. But the existing groups are cis. But the approaching groups are anti. So this mode will give you one enantiomer. This mode will give you the other enantiomer. They are mirror images, DL pair. You can yourself, keeping one fixed and rotating this past this, you will find a mirror image of these two part. And then keeping that, you rotate this, bromine will come down and hydrogen will go up, and it will be exactly looking like the mirror image. I have not done that. You can rotate this 2 times, one rotating this up and then rotating this down. You will find the two are not superimposable, they are mirror images, right? Now, same thing you will find in malic acid and fumaric acid. Malic acid is cis. This is but 2-in dioic acid, cis. That is called malic acid. And on bromination, 100% DL pair is found. No mesoproduct is contaminating. That indicates, had it been going through carbocation mechanism, then you would have got the mixture of all diastereoisomers, active as well as meso, either from cis or from trans. Each of the cis and trans would have resulted a mixture of the 2 diastereoisomers, active DL pair as well as meso. But here you get, malic acid, the cis will give the DL pair always, and the trans will give you meso. If it is a perfectly symmetrical compound, like this. See, fumaric acid, it is opposite, it's trans. Fumaric acid is trans, dicarboxylic acid. So the bromine atoms are coming trans. So this is one way, this is other way, but the two are identical because all the groups are anti. Carboxyl, carboxyl, bromine, bromine, hydrogen, hydrogen. So you just make a 180-degree rotation about the carbon-carbon bond, you will find there is a plane of symmetry. You can visualize there is an internal plane of symmetry for which it is inactive due to internal compensation. So that's why it is meso. The anti-addition takes place with bridged halonium ion intermediate even with bulky alkyl groups like third butyl. That's the beauty. That's the reason why I kept this video separate. Even the group here, instead of methyl, it is tertiary butyl. There can be, lot of steric hindrance in the cis isomer. Even then, it has been found that it goes via the bromonium or chloronium ion, bridged halonium ion intermediate, and the stereospecificity is obtained. The cis isomer gives DL pair and the trans isomer gives meso, which further confirms the bridged halonium ion mechanism. Now comes the interesting part. In the earlier video, we only took HOX, hypohalous acid. But if you take halogen along with water, chlorine water, bromine water, chlorine alcohol, bromine alcohol, these are nucleophilic solvent. No doubt they are weak bases like halide ions, but they are nucleophiles and they are present in large excess because of it is a solvent. Therefore, there will be a competition between the halide ion, bromide and chloride ion expelled in the first step and the nucleophilic solvent water or alcohol in the second step to form a different product. If it is water, it will form halohydrine. That is the reason why, instructors say that when you are given chlorine water, you think that it is nothing but HOCl plus HCl. So you forget about HCl and the major product will be halohydrine. So they used to say like this, but this is not the proper way. The mechanism will tell you how you get halohydrine. So chlorine water, bromine water will give a halohydrine as the major product, although dihalide is there, right? So we will not go in this fashion, but we will go via mechanism. Now see, if you are adding bromine water, the major product will be halohydrine, bromohydrine. Bromine on one side and OH on the other side. But the minor product will be no doubt dihalide. But the major product, if you are asked in the examination which one, a choice, a single choice, answer is single, then you have to opt for this, not this. Right? In the following mechanism, only halohydrine formation with chlorine water is shown. In the similar manner, you can show the dihalide dichloride formation when chloride ion attacks instead of water in the second step. Now see, the first step is same. Chlorine or bromine, gets, clipped, broken heterolytically. A chloronium ion joins to form a bridged chloronium ion intermediate. This bridge. So there is a competition between the nucleophilic solvent water and chloride ion, the chloride ion which has been expelled. So water will take the lead because it is present in large excess. So water can attack here so that the chlorine will be standing up. Now see this situation. And chlorine has stood up, and the other possibility is the water will attack here, and the chlorine will stand up. Of course, there will be one additional step, deprotonation. When it will join, O will be carrying plus charge. It will be protonated alcohol, OH group. But deprotonation will be immediate, and after that you get alcohol. Because not that after attacking water you get alcohol. After attacking water, I am showing you what will happen. It will happen like this. O will carry plus charge and a lone pair. One lone pair will be there. Then deprotonation minus H plus. Deprotonation. The H plus ion has to go, and of course and in the same manner, here also it will be previously like this. Then H plus ion will go, then only you get alcohol. So therefore I have written here, instead of showing you the step, I have shown that deprotonation has occurred here to give you alcohol. On one side OH, the other side Cl. These are called halohydrine, chlorohydrine, or alpha chloroalkanol, chloroalkanol or bromoalkanol, haloalkanol. That will be the major product. And the stereospecificity will also be obtained in symmetrical alkenes. I will show you just now. Similarly, instead of water, if you take alcohol, here it will be OR. After deprotonation, it will be OR. It will be alkoxy or ether, haloether, OR. Same. If you take cis, supposing this is cis, you get a DL pair. Of course, this there cannot be trans also will give you a DL pair, because there is no symmetry in the structure. It's not like butene, because the chlorine and OH, they are different. So there cannot be any mesoform. So one stereoisomer will give you one stereoisomeric pair, supposing erythro D and L pair, and the other stereoisomer trans will give you another stereoisomeric pair. So this is one pair, and if you just switch here to make it a diastereoisomer, then you get the other diastereoisomeric pair. Well, just hold on. I'm sure some of you are facing difficulty now, but never mind. I will have to finish this topic sooner than later. To make this topic beneficial to those who are aspirants for higher level tests. Similarly, with alcohol, I have already told you it forms halo alkoxy group instead of OH group after deprotonation. Anti-stereospecificity will be observed in both these diastereoisomers of symmetrical disubstituted alkene in non-nucleophilic solvent. In nucleophilic solvents, that is it was already there in nucleophilic solvents like water, alcohol. I'm so sorry. There also you get anti-stereospecificity. Well, I say anti-stereo, I mean this. I will show you. So anti-stereospecificity will be observed in both the diastereoisomers, I mean cis and trans, of symmetrical disubstituted alkenes in nucleophilic solvents like water and alcohol. Halogenation in presence of halide ion. Before we enter into the regiochemistry, for this halohydrine formation, not for dihalide formation, there is no regiochemistry involved. Let us say we are adding bromine in presence of sodium chloride. Bromine in presence of sodium chloride, a small amount of sodium chloride. In that case, you not only get dibromide, here stereochemistry is nothing to do with the ethylene. You get this as a major product, but you also get chlorobromo product minor. Why? Because in this step, after the bromonium ion intermediate is formed like this, bromonium ion intermediate is formed. Where is bromonium? Yes. Oh, what is that? What is that? No. Yes. The bromonium ion intermediate is formed. Yes. Then bromide will attack to give you dibromide as the major product, but chloride will also be a competitor to produce chlorobromo product. One bromine is there because that is the electrophile part. The other, the nucleophile part can be bromide, that is present in large quantity, but chloride ion being a less nucleophile will attack to a lesser extent, but you get a minor product, chlorobromo product as the minor product. Right? Yes. Yes. Now comes the regiochemistry. I have already told you for dihalide, for halogenation in non-nucleophilic solvents like carbon tetrachloride, methylene chloride, there is no regiochemistry involved as the only product formed is dihalide. Regiochemistry is what? Whether halogen will go here or there, hydrogen will go here or there. So if it is a heteronuclear molecule, not a homonuclear molecule like Cl2Br2, then there is no regiochemistry for halogenation. However, in presence of nucleophilic solvent where the major product is halohydrine or alkoxy halo compound, in presence of unsymmetrical alkenes particularly, regiospecificity can be observed in halohydrine or haloether products. For example, addition of chlorine water to propene gives predominantly 1-chloropropane-2-ol. Now see, chlorine water. The trick is it is HOCl. Your instructor always say you consider this as HOCl and then apply Markovnikov's rule. OH will go to the carbon bearing less number of hydrogen atoms. So OH here, chlorine here. And of course the dihalide, since chlorine is there, the dihalide will be the minor product. But the addition of HOCl is regiospecific. The other product won't be formed because I told you that the breached chloronium ion intermediate will render this carbon more electrophilic than this carbon. Because in the resonance hybrid, the contribution of the secondary carbocation will be more, so the plus delta charge will be more here. So preferentially the water molecule will attack at this carbon, and as a result, you get this, not OH here and chlorine here. The other is not possible. So as if in your examination you are given chlorine water, you are just thinking that it is HOCl and you are applying Markovnikov's rule to put OH in the more substituted carbon or more hindered carbon. That means the carbon bearing less number of hydrogen atoms, right? That's what I have written here. This is similar to Markovnikov's rule. Symmetrical cis-trans alkenes, for example, but-2-ene, also show stereo specificity. I am just showing you. You might be little intrigued, but unless you do it and find the configuration, you will not be convinced, perhaps. But I think some of you are so, expert in all this, you can understand before I tell, right? Now this you are taking, this is Z but-2-ene, and you are brominating. In presence of water, you have forgotten about dibromide. Dibromide will be the minor product. Water will take the lead in the second step. So bromine can join here, OH can join here, or bromine can join from below, OH will stand up, right? There are two, you might think that if I attach OH on this side and bromine on the other side, this and this, you will get the same same pair. You can try. I have joined bromine here, OH here. Bromine also here, but from the back side, and OH on the front side. These two are mirror images. And that particular diastereoisomer, we simplify it to call it 3O. 3O means if the non-identical group, one pair will be non-identical, remain on the same side in the eclipse conformation. The other two identical pairs, they remain also on the same side, then it is 3O. Also in the opposite side. The other, if the two non-identical groups are brought to the same side, then the two identical pairs remain on the opposite side. Now that is called 3O. The cis, this is cis or Z gives 3O-DL pair. Now if you rotate it, you will find OH and Br will come in line, methyl will go opposite, hydrogen will go opposite. And that if this is RR, you can find out if you are a little conversant in finding out the configuration in this picture. You can also convert it to Fischer formula and do it. And this will be exactly its mirror image, RRSS. And this belongs to a particular diastereoisomer called 3O. And if you take a trans but-2-ene, this is E, you get the other diastereoisomeric pair. OH, deliberately I have kept OH here, bromine here, OH here, bromine here. These are two enantiomers, but their configurations are different. SR, RS. In this sequence, SR, SR, this is RS, right? So this enantiomeric pair belongs to another diastereoisomer called erythro. When the two identical groups are lined up, non-identical groups are lined up, then the identical pair also they are lined up. Now bring OH to the side of bromine. By 180-degree rotation, you will find methyl will remain on the methyl side, hydrogen will remain on the hydrogen side. That is called the erythro. Just to distinguish between these two pairs of diastereoisomers. The carbohydrate chemistry has been borrowed, right? So this proves beyond doubt about the formation of bridged bromonium ion intermediate in both the cases. Now, if you try OH here, bromine here in two ways, you will get also the same configurations. Therefore, for a symmetrical alkene like butene or hexthrene or malic acid, fumaric acid, in that case, it will be stereospecific. This will give you trio pair, this will give you erythro pair, right? And before we talk about cyclic compound, here I would like to say that cycloalkenes, for example, cyclohexene with bromine water, giving you the halohydrine as the major product, you get only a trans pair. OH and Br are on the opposite side. Here this is the same, but OH above, Br below, this is OH below, Br above. You get only one DL pair. You cannot have, in a cyclic structure, you cannot have a cis trans like open chain structure. So therefore, you don't get two diastereoisomeric pair. You get only one pair, cis and trans. I am only concentrating on the halohydrine product. You know, there is no regiochemistry involved here. This is completely symmetrical. But had it been a substituted one, then regiochemistry will take the lead. OH will be joining here only, not here. The two compounds would have been completely different. But here, had the OH been here and Br been here, the compound is same. And same DL pair will be obtained if OH is here and Br is here, and you join into different modes of addition, right? Are you following me? Am I going too fast? If not, why are you not giving a comment to encourage this instructor? You should give a comment. How did you enjoy it? Particularly those who are little more conversant in stereochemistry. Otherwise, you forget it. Even in diastereoisomeric cis and trans unsymmetrical alkenes, I'm showing you cis and trans, but unsymmetrical, not like butene, not like butene. In unsymmetrical alkenes, cis and trans, the halohydrine product formation is regiospecific. That means the OH group will be added onto the more hindered carbon or carbon bearing less number of hydrogen atoms, and gives the halohydrine with OH group bonded to the more substituted carbon as the major product. The anti-stereospecificity is also observed. Now see the case of E, because this is senior and this is senior, so they are on the opposite side of the double bond. So this is E 3-methyl pentene. On bromination in water, of course, I've forgotten to write water. This is copy pasted. So it forms the bromonium ion, and this bromonium ion also has its enantiomer. This is also chiral. It has got also its enantiomer. Then water attacks here, bromine opens up. This is one possibility. The other enantiomer if bromine attacks in the opposite side, bromine opens up, so that you get two. Water never goes there. Remember, water does not attack to this carbon, because this is 3-degree position having much greater electrophilicity. So you don't get the other product. That is why I told this reaction is regiospecific. Often authors, they do not use the term regiospecific, they say regioselective, but I dare say it is regiospecific. The other product is almost extinct. So I have shown the two enantiomers of the same compound, not its structural isomer. These are stereoisomers produced from this bromonium, bridged bromonium, and the other, which is its enantiomer, mirror image. En means enantiomer of the bridged bromonium ion. So you get two enantiomers. Similarly, if you take Z instead of E, you get the other one. This is 2s3r, 2r3s, and this is 2s3s, 2r3r, right? So you get the other diastereoisomeric pair. Right? This is very interesting that it is not only regiospecific but also stereospecific. That's the beauty. Here we can't use the term erythrothrio because there are two non-identical pairs. Erythrothrio, they are used when only one non-identical pair is there and the other two are identical pairs. But here two pairs are non-identical. So you have to say this is 2s 3r 2r 3s. This is one diastereoisomeric pair and this is the other diastereo 2s 3s 2r 3r. This is another. So E gives this pair, Z gives this pair. Therefore, it's very interesting. Then let us come to cycloalkenes. Cycloalkene also shows, I have already told you in advance. With bromine, it gives the cyclic bromonium ion and bromide can attack here. Bromide can from below, from below, so that this bromine will stand up above the plane, this is below the plane, or this bromine can attack from below and the bromine will stand up. So these two are enantiomers. You just hold this model and turn it to the other side, just opposite side. You will find the two are mirror images. In many books you will find they are shown as mirror images of each other, like this one. Yes, I have copied pasted here. But this I have drawn myself. Up to this I have copy pasted. Thanks to the source. Now I am showing you the mechanism here for chlorination. Now a chloronium ion intermediate is formed and chloride ion joins below. This chlorine comes up. This chlorine joins below, this chloride joins up like this, but it is now inverted. It is now not inverted, it is just rotated. The model itself is rotated and compared with this one, it will be looking like mirror images. But in these two structures, you don't look, they don't look like mirror images. But if you once turn upside down like this, you will find this bromine will go up and this bromine will go down, and so they will be non-superimposable mirror images. But this is the simplest form. In actual cyclohexane, which exists in two rapidly flipping chair forms. If you have not studied about the conformation of cyclohexane, forget this part. The cyclohexane exists in chair form, two chair forms which are rapidly interconverting. The trans dihalide which is formed here, this is all trans because the addition mechanism is trans. This trans is actually diequatorial or diaxial, out of which 100% is diequatorial, which is thermodynamically more stable than diaxial. At room temperature, of course, in a non-reacting state. So each trans dihalide is a DL pair, exists as a DL pair. They are achiral, exist as a DL pair. So also the diaxial also, the diequatorial and diaxial, both are achiral and exist as DL pair, but at room temperature this doesn't exist. Thermodynamically unstable, 100%, nearly 100% of diequatorial form D and L, both 50% D and 50% L, they remain. Now let us, to the last part, let us talk about the selectivity in halogenation. What is selectivity? Now, interesting things will come just if you are not interested in high level thinking skills, then you can now switch off. Otherwise, you muster up patience to listen to me for another 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes. Now see, I told you that even if the group is bulky like tert-butyl, or even there is a resonance stabilization like benzene ring is there is a benzylic carbocation. In such a case, it has been observed, still carbocation is not formed. The bromonium, the cyclic structure, that is the prevailing mechanism. But in some cases, the recent research has revealed that in some such cases where there is a high resonance stabilization, there is some rearranged product is found. But the anti-stereo specificity is the rule of the roost. I mean, it is the prevailing scenario mechanism. But there can be another possibility, a scene addition. The scene addition is opposite to the anti-addition or trans-addition. In anti-addition, like this. But in scene addition, both will be coming from the same side, same face of the double bond. 50% this and 50% this. Both from above, both from below. So that is called scene addition mechanism, and that is why I said that we shall consider some cases where there will be stereo selectivity. Some products, maybe dominant product will be anti and some minor product will be syn. And syn product is produced due to formation of carbocation. For example, chlorine or bromine gives a chloronium ion and one chlorine is attached. And the carbocation is formed, not a chloronium cyclic structure. This C plus is in almost contact with the Cl minus on the same side. This is called intimate ion pair. Carbocation and the nucleophile Cl minus or Br minus, they remain almost in contact. That is called intimate ion pair mechanism, but carbocation is formed. In that case, you can have a syn addition product. Both this and this. They can produce enantiomers also. If this mode will give you one enantiomer and this mode will give you the other enantiomer, right? So some complexity will arise when such benzene ring is attached to the C double bond C. In only such case, we scientists have found, say, the stereo selectivity, stereo specificity is lost to some extent, and therefore we call stereo selective. Reaction becomes stereo selective. And moreover, chlorination as such is less selective, because in such cases, particularly in case where there is a possibility of a more stable carbocation formation, in that case chloronium bridge structure is not formed to a large extent. Bromonium is more selective because size is more, it has more polarizability to form the two covalent bonds. Chloronium ion is relatively small in size, so less number of chloronium bridged ion is formed in such case. Let me read out. Chlorine is less selective than bromine in forming bridged halonium ion due to smaller size of the former than the latter. The polarizability of bromonium ion is more than chloronium ion in forming covalent bond. In cases when carbocation is highly stable by R effect, resonance effect, such as benzylic carbocation, carbocation with intimate ion pair, I was telling you, carbocation will be almost in contact with the Cl minus or Br minus, is formed, and the reaction gives syn addition product. That is both the halogen atoms joining from the same side, both from above or both from below. However, the anti-stereo specificity through halonium ion intermediate still rules the roost, means the dominating aspect, right? Some syn product is found, but anti-addition product is the dominant product, along with syn stereo specificity via carbocation halide intimate ion pair. For bromination, the anti-addition product dominates over syn product. While for chlorination, since in such case chloronium ion bridged chloronium ion intermediate is not formed to a large extent, so intimate ion pair mechanism smuggles away, takes away the lead, and the syn product becomes more dominant. Now, for bromination, anti-addition product dominates over syn, while for chlorination it is the opposite. This is because bridged bromonium ion is formed in large amounts than bridged chloronium ion, in this case when there is a possibility of resonance stabilization. Now see, this case, this is E, benzene ring, and this they are opposite, they are E. So when you brominate in carbon tetrachloride, don't take water because we are not interested now in halohydrine, in non-polar solvent or non-nucleophilic solvent, then you are getting, due to anti-addition, trans, had it been a symmetrical one, the trans would have given meso, but here this is unsymmetrical, so it will be giving erythro-DL pair. En means enantiomer. This is due to anti-addition, and this is due to syn addition. This is the opposite, 3O-DL pair. 88% that is anti-addition, and 12% syn addition due to carbocation intimate ion pair and its enantiomer. This will give one, this one will give the other. So I have written here this one. In carbon tetrachloride, 88% anti-product erythro-DL pair and 12% syn product 3O-DL pair. The latter products are due to formation of carbocation intimate ion pair. Thus, we can say the reaction is stereoselective. Selective means a particular stereoisomeric reactant will give you a mixture of stereoisomers in which one dominating over the other. So the erythro pair dominates over the 3O, so we can call it stereoselective, not stereospecific. Similarly, Z, I have not drawn Z. Had it been just, this methyl will come here, so it will be Z, then the other way around. Then 3O would have been the major product. The cis compound would have given the 3O, 83% 3O due to anti-product, and 17% syn product, that is erythro. You can do it of yourself because since it is now cis, not E, it is Z. In that case, the anti will produce the 3O, you can yourself see, and the syn will produce erythro, just the opposite of this. This proves that bridged bromonium ion in any case, whether syn, only in case of anti. In the case of syn, the carbocation intimate ion pair. This proves that bridged bromonium ion intermediate is the dominant intermediate in halogenation, even in substituted alkenes providing resonance stabilization. Even in the case of benzene ring, still the major product is anti-addition, right? But for chlorination, it is the opposite. The selectivity in chlorination is less. I told you that in presence of resonance stabilization, no more chloronium ion is formed, bridged. The syn addition product is greater than anti, just the opposite. E1 phenyl 1 propane, this E will be giving this major product, 3O as major product. 3O 55% and that is syn product, and anti erythro 45%. The Z isomer will give you erythro 68% because Z isomer was having 3O as the major product due to anti, but here it will be erythro as the major product 68% and remaining 32% as anti, right? Even if it is a symmetrical compound like stilbene, that is diphenyl ethylene, this is called stilbene, diphenyl ethylene. Even there are two phenyl groups, there will be lot more resonance stabilization. Even then also the anti-addition product is found to be dominant. That looks to the wonderful mechanism that is happening. Note that despite resonance stabilization of factor in both the sides, the reaction goes via bridged bromonium ion intermediate predominantly. The cis stilbene gives 100% dibromide and the trans stilbene gives the meso product. Now see, that's the beauty. So even if when there was one phenyl, there was some imbalance, But when there is a balance between the two sides, then the scene addition mechanism is not found. That's the beauty. I am not talking from my own mouth. I have just borrowed from the scientific literature, research. The trans, like ordinary but 2 in trans gives meso and cis gives DL pair. But solvent polarity plays an important role. By increasing the solvent polarity from a non-polar solvent like CCl4 where the dielectric constant is low to increasing solvent polarity where the dielectric constant is more, it has been found the anti-stereospecificity is lost. Right? We're not talking of nucleophilic solvent. Non-nucleophilic solvent, but still the dielectric constant will be more, polarity will be more. Right? So the anti-stereospecificity is lost. More and more meso product is obtained from cis-stilbene. Cis-stilbene is supposed to give DL pair, but more and more meso product will be found. Maybe due to scene addition mechanism, it will be found. So anti-stereospecificity will be gradually decreased, and when it will be highly polar with a dielectric constant 35, say nitromethane, the stereospecificity is completely lost, and the cis will give you 100% meso, while the trans also will give you meso. Of course, if you say the trans on scene addition mechanism will be giving DL pair, cis will give meso, it's not that. Both cis and trans, they were found to give the only product that is meso. That's the beauty. Interesting part, maybe cis going via scene mechanism, trans going via anti-mechanism. So whatever it may be, the stereospecificity is completely lost in such a highly non-nucleophilic polar solvent like nitromethane. Interestingly, chlorination of stilbene also shows predominant anti-addition. This is all about bromination. Surprisingly, cis-stilbene shows 92% anti-addition, while trans-stilbene still shows 65% anti-addition and the remaining scene addition. But bromide is 100% anti. Only in carbon tetrachloride. But changing the polarity of the solvent, then stereospecificity is lost. Now, in case of taught-butyl, ditaught-butyl ethylene, such a bulky group, then also the cis compound was found to give completely stereospecific product as expected. Cis will give you DL pair. Despite the steric crowding or steric hindrance, it will give you the DL pair. But trans has been found to behave in a funny manner. It gives meso, but some rearranged product due to free carbocation formation, not intimate ion pair. Free carbocation formation. As usual, anti-stereospecificity will demand its meso product, okay? But some of them will go for rearrangement. I have shown you the rearrangement mechanism. For example, chlorine joins here, chloronium ion joins here, carbocation is formed here. It's a symmetrical compound. Both the sides will give you the same thing. So this is a secondary carbocation. There is a methyl shift, so that 2 degree carbocation is promoted to 3 degree, and then this expelled nucleophile chloride ion attacks, so that you get this rearranged dihalide to a small extent. But you also get the anti-addition product, even if the groups are so bulky. But interestingly, if we believe the integrity of the research scholars, the professors who have done so meticulously to publish their papers, even in cis with a strong steric crowding, you find no stereospecificity is lost, anti-stereospecificity is there, you are getting DL pair. But in trans, when the steric crowding is least, in that case, some carbocation is formed and goes for rearrangement, giving rearranged product. So with this, the central point is that halogenation predominantly goes via bridged halonium ion intermediate. It is further proved by the absence of rearranged product. This is the only exceptional case. But in most cases, you don't get any rearranged products for the halogenation in most cases, which otherwise would have happened in addition of HX or hydration and all that. For example, this one, which is a substituted in the alpha position on bromine carbon tetrachloride, will give you only this. Of course, it's an enantiomeric pair. Since it is a cyclic compound, only one pair, trans pair, right? But had it been HCl addition or water addition in presence of acid, then the predominant product would have been rearrangement. So carbocation is formed here, secondary, then methyl sept will give you tertiary, then chloride ion joins here, so you get chlorine attached to here and methyl migrates. So this is a new rearranged product is found if had it been a polar addendum like HCl or water or something. But in halogenation is so unique that in presence of carbon tetrachloride or methylene chloride, no rearrangement is taking place. This is the exceptional case of tert butyl, and that too in trans, not in cis. Otherwise, for you, no rearranged product is found which beyond any doubt proves that it goes via cyclic halonium ion intermediate. How did you like? Even in presence of water, the halohydrine formation is stereospecific. Of course, on symmetrical it is regiospecific as well as stereospecific if it is, it is unsymmetrical. So, how did you like it? I have made it little harder, not in a simple one, because this will remain for a long time for those aspirants to benefit. Give your comments, and as usual, don't be greedy to thumbs up, like, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do it to encourage me. Bye bye. Next video will be other electrophilic additions like hydroboration, oxidation, same alkenes, like epoxide formation and then hydrolysis, or then hydroxylation by Bayer's reagent osmium tetroxide. So these are also, some of them are electrophilic and some of them goes via a cyclic transition state. I will be doing that in succession, addition of alkenes. Addition of alkenes will continue. Bye bye.